everyone. So we are here, and it is June 23rd, 2022, and this is the middle of World Unity Week, and we are here to have a little discussion about zero waste and reducing and eliminating single-use plastic to create a reusable culture on planet Earth. And we are joined by EcoNow, which is an amazing eco business located in the Los Angeles area. They have 3 different shops, and I'm excited to hear from other people who are joining who I have not yet met yet. We are here with Gaia Warriors Tess and Kelly here beside me.
Hello.
Who's also on our team. And we're going to share a little bit about our film that we're working on and just ask a few questions and go around and maybe answer the questions that I created so that we can kind of explore, what it is that we can all do collectively together to really share these solutions and, make a change. So I just want to begin by just taking a moment and just taking a breath together so that we can just tune in with the planet and find our center. So if everyone just wants to take a moment to close your eyes and just take a moment to breathe. And just coming into the present moment, into the now. I'm just thanking this beautiful blue planet Earth that we call home, for all of the trees and the birds and the bees, and the mountains and the sky, and our water. I'm just allowing this space to be generative, inspiring, and open so we can create a new path forward for humanity and our planet. Aho. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I would love if Thea and Emily could just share a little bit about EcoNow and the mission and vision.
Absolutely. Thank you for that too. I love that you had us do a moment to be present. When I started EcoNow, I actually named the company EcoNow about being present and being in the now. I think a lot of people mistake EcoNow to think it's about immediacy and that we need to make changes right now or doom and gloom, but it's actually just about being mindful and being eco in your present moment. So I love that you were able to have us all come together and remember what we're here for. So I started EcoNow about 3 years ago, and I started it because I saw that there was a lack in our community of just conversation, really, even just knowing people around me that were wanting to be better for our earth. I felt very alone in my mission to be sustainable and to be eco-friendly, and I wanted to discover other people that were being mindful and being zero waste. And I began my business grassroots. I started by bringing handmade products to farmer markets, and I would bring reusable eco towels and little cutlery pouches so people could put their reusable cutlery in there, just so we could eliminate single-use waste on a daily basis. And it just blossomed really quickly. I got really inspired at one of my first markets. I just had several conversations that were really meaningful and stuck with me, and my energy was different, and I knew I was in a place I needed to be in. And sorry, one moment. I'm actually in one of my store locations right now, but we're having but I have an open concept office, so I'm actually in my car so that I can speak more freely. But anyway, so I started the business, and we had a lot of traction, and I started to open a store in Costa Mesa in Orange County, and from there I was able to evolve into 2 more locations in the course of 2 more years. I have a location in Anaheim and I have a location in Riverside, and essentially at our stores you can bring your own container, you can refill, and refill on everything from laundry detergent, dish soaps, shampoo, conditioner, uh, hand soaps, and we have all sorts of packaged goods, all for home and body. And that is our mission, to be able to give consumers the option to be zero waste and to have products that are good for the earth as well, when they're biodegradable and package free. And this is where we sit right now, within our community. We're grateful to be able to support. And on the back end of my business, I made it really a mission to also generate as little waste as we can. So I actually source products locally. I source products from local makers, all eco-friendly, biodegradable goods, and we get them in large drums. And when the product runs out, we actually return the drum and we do a closed loop. So we return the drum and are able to generate no waste. And most of the products we carry in our stores are, small business owners, small makers, local to Los Angeles, Orange County, San Diego County, Inland Empire. And we just want to bring up other businesses that are thinking alike, that are wanting to, bring community together and be zero waste and sustainable and make it a big conversation in this area. So that's Eco Now kind of in a nutshell. And then I have been working with Emily for almost a little over a year. I met her in one of my storefronts, and she told me that she likes to sew and that she showed me her skills in sewing. And so we started to work together, where we have our own handmade line of products, the stuff that I originally started the business with the eco towels and the reusable cutlery pouches and the rounds. We actually now work together, and she hand makes them. I don't hand make anymore because she's way better than I am. And so we were able to come together and start that. And now we are developing a company based on that, where hopefully we can get our goods into other stores around the country and maybe even the world. We want to have sustainably sourced fabrics, whether it be organic or dead stock materials. And then we are developing a product that hopefully can help consumers be more zero or more sustainable on a daily basis, where we're designing a certain product or a bag that people can bring with them to help them on a daily basis remember to be, sustainable. So that's how Eco Now Handmade has developed. And then you met Emily at Lightning in a Bottle, where I was fortunate enough to bring Eco Now to. I was so excited that Lightning in a Bottle wanted to do business with us and to have us out at that festival. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go because I recently had a baby and it was just not in line at this time. But I heard it was really wonderful, and to be able to go into the music festival scene and have our refill station there was really important to me, because I come from a music background where I spent a lot of time at music festivals all across the world, and I saw how devastating they can be for the environment, how much single-use plastic is used, how much waste is just not, put into the right spaces. We've all been there likely, where we're at events and we see lots of trash on the ground, and we go, and I know that there was a lake at Lightning in a Bottle, and I was hoping that everybody was wearing, earth-friendly products when they're going into that body of water. All these things that I think about, and all the areas that we can improve in, and music festivals being something that I was passionate about. So that's where we linked up to. And yeah, that's Eco Now and Eco Now Handmade, and how we met at Lightning in a Bottle. And Emily, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, that was a great summary.
Thank you.
Except that LIV was great, and we've got a lot of support from the staff, from the attendees. It felt really good. It felt really supported.
That's amazing.
That's so incredible. Yeah, I just wanted to comment on the LIB thing. I was so excited to see you guys there and to to know that that was your first festival, and to know, and like I've never seen a zero waste shop at a festival, so I feel like it's groundbreaking, and I'm really excited to see that continue because I do work a lot in the festival space and event space. So I really want to build that reusable culture into these events because, you know, we may be holding these like amazing festivals and they, you know, they bring a lot of transformation for people, but at the end of the day, we're producing so much trash. I'm like, what are we doing? You know, are we actually conscious? You know, I was volunteering with Envision Festival for the last 3 years, 2018, 19, 20, and I love what they do because they have a reusable dish system for 9,000 people. So all the vendors are part of the system, and it's incredible to see. And so I really want to see that become adopted more in California because I'm like, if Costa Rica can do it, why can't we do it here in California for smaller and larger festivals and events? Um, yeah, it's so incredible to share what you're doing, and maybe we can just go around a little bit, and Anna and Jess can share what they're doing, and then I'll share, and maybe yeah, if you want to kind of like take us through a little bit of the store after, I don't know, like near like after we share, but it would be cool to interact with that after.
For sure, absolutely.
Cool. Jess, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Jess Blasco. I am on the opposite coast from you guys, probably about as far as away as you can get. I am in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So we are a little seaside town up in New Hampshire. And truth be told, I have a refill station as well, a low waste store, and it's literally called the Refill Station. And our mission is to reduce our plastic footprint. And so I would just echo a lot of what was just said. You know, we focus on personal care and household products and offering options that are not only more sustainable and eco-friendly, but also cleaner and healthier for your body as well. And one of our challenges, I think, being a small state is that we don't have as many resources as you do. We actually get some of our products from some of the companies over on the West Coast, but we do try to do a lot of closed loop stuff. We do have some great little companies here on the East Coast. And I do something different than you do. So our 55-gallon drums that we get, we can't actually send back to our vendors. So we give them to the community and they turn them into rain barrels. So they're getting another life after they leave here. But yeah, this just popped up in my email and I was interested and curious. I am doing a lot of community involvement as well. I'm getting involved in our city's climate action plan and helping to support our city officials as they develop that, and really trying to build and bring together our community that we have here. We have a lot of great nonprofits and organizations that are doing good work to protect the environment. So just trying to find ways to connect all of us so we can communicate and collaborate and just spread the word to more people about how they can get involved in what's happening and yeah, what climate change is and all those things.
Jess, have you ever been to a festival as a vendor?
On a smaller scale. So actually, I don't know if you can see the background, but we have a Pride event here this Saturday in a historic area that we have right down on the riverfront, and it's our second year participating in that. We've only been in existence. It'll be 2 years in October. We had hoped to open, and then the pandemic hit, and that just kind of killed everything. And I also have a couple of young kiddos, so that also sort of shifted the plan and how things went. But so yes, we've done Pride a couple times. We've had a couple local Earth Fests and Eco Fests and things like that in local communities, but probably nothing to the scale that you just recently participated in.
That was my first festival at LIB, and I think the attendance was 30,000. So that was a big deep dive. I think. I feel like that was just.
Yeah, I
getting
think
right in there.
The basin is hundreds, maybe 8,000 if we're lucky.
Thank you so much, Jess, for sharing. And I'm so grateful for you to be here and for all of your community service. And I really want to figure out a way, like you just said, to like share resources and share what you're doing, with your community in the region. And like, I would love to see more collaboration between zero waste businesses, between organizations, and really streamline the narrative and the campaigns that we are creating so that we can like create the impact that we want and see the ripple that we want in the world. Um, and yeah, I'm curious to know after like how Eco Now did at Lightning in a Bottle, like how many did you track? How many people even just like walked? It's probably not, but how many people like just walked in to the booth? And curious to know how many people were flowing through.
That's a good question. I didn't even think to have my clipboard ready for that kind of thing. Ask me at the next festival, I think.
Was it enjoyable? Do you plan to go back?
It was so the support, the strongest thing that we felt, my team felt, was the support from the attendees and the employees, and everybody was so nice and so supportive. And as usual, when you get 30,000 people together in the middle of the desert, there's a few little glitches, and everybody was so just understanding and patient and just there to have a really, really nice time. And for us, I think that was just getting our name out there and getting that support. We achieved our goal.
Incredible, amazing. I'm just wondering if Anna or Shirley are here, if they're on screen, and if they just want to share a little bit about who they are, if they are still here. I'm not sure if they are.
Yes, no, I'm here and I can turn my camera on. Oh, and it looks like Shirley is here as well. Yeah, so I work for a nonprofit in North Carolina currently, but I'm moving to St. Louis. So it's called Sustainable Sandhills, and I work in waste management. And we're not as far along in reducing waste as I would like. We just started at our farmers market. I started working there this year, and we started offering recycling and offering a discount to vendors if they incorporate reuse in some way. But when I moved to St. Louis, I don't know if anyone on this call has heard of Upstream, but they have city coalitions. So I'm helping to start a St. Louis reuse coalition with them. So may have even run into some of you on other Upstream calls, but they're a great organization. And so we're hoping to get that started.
Incredible. That's amazing. Yeah, I think you probably found a link through Upstream, and it's great what they're doing, and I'm excited to share their coalitions and to see, all the change, like just being on the last call, seeing all the reusable programs like in Reno, Carson City, and Truckee. It's so inspiring to actually see this happen now, because a few years ago it wasn't here. And I was talking to someone in 2020 while I was interviewing them, and they said during 2020, in the last 6 months, more eco shops have been open than in the last 5 years. So I think during the transition was a really an opportune moment for people to make these big steps, like opening a new business or doing these things, which is incredible.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah. Shirley, do you want to introduce yourself and where you are and what you're working on? You are muted, Shirley.
Moot. Okay. Shirley Frericks from Sierra Foothills, Grass Valley, Nevada County, in that area. Well, we have a little group called Waste Not that I started, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. And we worked with waste management and tried to, get things going. But, the county can't even pay attention to doing anything other than rebuilding a trash factory to take more trash, not divert trash. But anyway, so that's what, we try and get people to recycle properly. Well, the big thing now is plastic free, because we're doing a big promotion for a plastic free July. And I tried to work with the fair here we have a big fairgrounds. And they have a lot of different things that come through there. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And I really worked hard. I mean, including showing up at their board meetings and all that. But, you know, they just like couldn't be bothered. So they're my target for next year because I really think that the events, as someone said earlier, you know, targeting a lot of people. And if you market it properly, you can educate those people, not just, you know, do something. But, you know, we got to get rid of the whole plastic bag thing, bag and bottle. And what I worked with them on that sort of was the ignition, just in case this makes a difference to you guys, is they wanted the bottle refill stations, and, you know, at all of their places, and they wanted grants to get them. So that's, if anybody knows anything about that, I'd like to know, because I think that's the only way I'm really going to get their attention is if I can help them get the bottle refill stuff. So we're working a lot with Beyond Plastic and the plastic free thing, and also upstream. No, right now it's people are not quite ready for the next generation of refill, but I have them on my program that I'm doing here, the kickoff program with our refill store. And we'll be trying to move people more into refill, you know, as we go along. We have a refill store here and a couple in different areas. So
Thank you, Shirley. I am actually currently in Nevada City as well, and I'm going to come to the meeting. Yeah, and I've been trying to reach out to you. Well, I think I messaged you on Facebook, but I would love to like have a meeting with you and like talk about the meeting next Tuesday or Monday. They have like a plastics meeting at the Nevada County Media Center on Monday.
That is what interesting.
Okay, great. I'd love to talk to you later about Monday.
I'll put phone number in the chat. Is that safe to put my phone number?
Yeah, it's just us here.
Yeah,
great.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So I'm excited to be here and to share solutions here. And yeah, they have the Gaia Soap Supply is their refill store here in Nevada City.
That's right. And he's gonna come and speak on Monday night.
Nice. Amazing.
And the people from Waste Management, Shivati, who told me about this. Shivati and Rachel will be there. And also some people are doing a project with Nextrex. Do you know about that? That recovery? Well, that's look up Nextrex, Nextrex, Trex decking, called Trex decking. And
Cool.
Have a program to take plastic bags, buy them, they actually buy them, and put out, the Rotary Club here took it over. So the Rotary Club does a project with Nextrex. They capture it, take it to a Save Mart, Safeway, whatever the participating stores are. Save Mart, Safeway sends it back to Nextrex, and Nextrex pays them for that because they make their decking out of plastic bags. And so that's how we're getting a lot of plastic bags captured in that way. And then so the Rotary Club is going to talk about their project. And then, the Circle, have you heard about Circle since you're here? That's the South Yuba River Citizens League. And they're going to come and talk about how much of that stuff ends up in the river and why that's really not a good thing. So I'm trying to cover, you know, a lot of ground there with different angles for people. And I have a bunch of handouts, and we wanted to do, you know, the refreshments. So I said, okay, no plastic. Well, I can't find any of the plastic. Well, come on, we can use plastic. No, we can't. So I just came from the thrift store. And I got all these really cool things for 50 cents a buck. And so we're going to put a little sign in. This is the new plastic-free life, folks. You know?
Yeah. Well, I'd love to have a conversation with you later. I was in conversation with Shivati, but I'd love to share a short video, like a 2-minute video during the event, if possible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, put my phone number in. You can call me. I have a meeting. I have meetings from 2:00 to 6 until 5:30 at least. So 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So you can call me tonight.
Perfect.
Tonight's
Cool.
better.
Yeah, I'm planning to go film Shannon with Mosh Posh. She has a reusable glass program with her food business in town. So I'm gonna go do that after this meeting. But yeah, so exciting to meet you, and I'm looking forward to connecting the dots.
Great, thank you. Okay.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I'm just going to share a little bit about what I've been working on with our film. And I also wanted to do a little shout out to our friend Dawn, who has a company called Fed, and she's started a reusable container system for festivals. So I'm just going to share my screen really quickly. So I can.
What was it? What was the company name again?
It's called Fed.
FED.
Yeah, and she's based in Texas. She's going to be doing Fireflies Festival next weekend, which is a big festival in Tennessee. So this is what she's working on. So she's working on basically a cleaning service, which people pay for, and then they get a refund on their bowl. So it's really cool to see these small things popping up now, and yeah. So I met her actually at Totality Festival last year, and she has these amazing like brass sporks that she creates, like little eco kit utensils, which are really beautiful. And now she's starting to do reusable systems, which is super incredible because that's where we need to go and make it easy for people to use reusables. Yeah, I'm gonna just share a little bit about our presentation. I'm gonna run through it quickly, and then I'd love to just, while we're all here, just answer these questions that I just thought of, that I thought that could kind of look at the greater solutions of, you know, shifting the narrative around using reusables and around plastic. I'm going to open this. And I love how you are all mentioning closing the loop, because that's our current working title, which probably will change. But I'm just going to share a little bit about what the mission is with the film. And so a film about going plastic free and closing the loop to regenerate our planet. So clearly plastics are an issue. As we've seen on planet Earth, we all know that plastics are an issue. Microplastics have been detected in human blood for the first time ever this year. 80% of humans have been tested to be found with microplastics in their blood. So our log line: plastic is destroying our wildlife, polluting our drinking water, and is made with cancer-causing chemicals like BPA. The oil industry subsidizes all the plastic products we consume, profiting trillions of dollars, all while polluting our planet. This film highlights the voices of the inspiring changemakers in the plastic-free movement, paving the way, offering us tangible solutions to the mess we've made.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the characters that we've already filmed, we are wanting to film a lot more, and I'm excited to film you. Now that we just got connected, when I get back to the Los Angeles area, I've actually been based in Santa Monica over the last year, so I've connected with a lot of the shops there. And then, so our intention is to inspire individuals at every level to create systemic change within the legislation on a municipal, state, national, and international level to revolutionize the way we see waste, to make it easy and convenient for individuals to make better choices, and to exponentially expand the reusable closed-loop systems that the market has been creating. So the benefits of the film. So basically, when we reduce plastic, we basically solve like so many problems on planet Earth, and that's what I really want to share, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, it's just plastic, but they don't actually know like beyond plastic, like what is the problem and what are we actually, how are we benefiting by using reusables? And so, you know, it keeps our water clean, the biodiversity of our planet, all the, you know, it was crazy when I was living in the Amazon rainforest, because like you still see plastic anywhere, even at like really remote areas, when, you know, there's like indigenous tribes that haven't even made contact to regular civilization, and you still see plastic. So it will keep our animals and our wildlife alive, and it will help us restore the coral, because plastic actually heats our air when it's just sitting in the landfills. And so by reducing our waste, we can cool the temperatures, also carbon sequestration, keeping our air and land and water clean. I just really think that the plastic is polluting our water. Like, it's just all the plastic goes into our water. So, you know, we need to stop using single-use plastic to keep our drinking water clean. And minimizing fossil fuel production. You know, the fossil fuel industry, they're moving to plastic to make more money. And this is our extractive, you know, economy that currently exists on planet Earth, because everything is solely based on profit. And I really want to be able to shift that and revalue nature and revalue humans and put that into the economy. So slowly by slowly, that's the seed I want to plant, because the broken system isn't working for us anymore. So I'd like to be able to ask the question. One of the questions I want to ask is, how can we create eco subsidies on a massive scale for small businesses, for us to shift into using natural products, natural materials, natural ingredients? So solutions, industry level solutions. I love Oceanic Global because they're now creating the Blue Standard, which they work with restaurants to switch their products to more natural products and to eliminate single-use plastic, with all of their consultants. And then things like Dispatch Goods, which work B2B, and they work with restaurants. And the number one thing I love about their business model is that the individual doesn't have to pay. And so the restaurants, they adopt the reusable containers, and then basically you put the food in the container, it gets sent to the person's home, and the person enjoys their meal. And then basically Dispatch Goods comes and picks up the container and then sanitizes it and then puts it back to the restaurant. And the restaurant actually pays a rental fee, which is what they would be paying anyways for using disposables, which I love, because then it takes the pressure off the individual, and we can empower individuals to make better choices by just being part of the solution, and they don't even have to do anything. So that's what I love about Dispatch Goods, and I love to see that happen more often, so that we can make solutions that are easy and attainable for the average individual. So by adopting industry level solutions, we can provide individuals with the option to participate in a system, thereby making it easier for the world to go waste free. So the switches, so distribution, we want to get this everywhere. I love the platform Water Baron Only One. I don't know if you've ever heard of these, but they're kind of like Earth Netflix platforms. And so I want to connect with them, and eventually they do have some media on waste, which is super cool. But of course, we want to be able to really share this message with the mainstream media. And so we've been filming since last March, did a lot of interviews, and then life halted us. And so we've been, doing spurts of interviews, and I really want to capture the story and the essence of what, these entrepreneurs and what we are creating, and ultimately sharing the zero waste narrative, but then also creating short viral videos. Like right now, for example, we're going into Plastic Free July, and it would be amazing to, I haven't seen their campaign video yet, but it would be amazing to rally around something like this and get a lot of the organizations and individuals to rally around a campaign together, so that we can shift. There's our budget, and then the team. So Tess introduced herself. We've been filming together, and then Lundy couldn't make it today, but she's working with 60-second docs. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're really cool because they do 1-minute documentaries on Facebook, and they have a big reach, 2 million followers on Facebook, which is pretty good for a media company. And so she's been producing for 10 years, which is super amazing to have her on the team to help us with the budget and organizing all these things. And then we have Kelly over here. She is a creative director.
Hi guys. So what Glow and I work on a lot of is, branding all of these missions, and, just really, I have a background in branding and design, and have been, doing reusables and the jars and the whole eco thing basically my whole life. And so what we like to work on together is, really making the huge, large-scale holistic change, mostly for the places where there's excessive waste, like festivals and stuff. So that's something really exciting we're working on. And I'm available. I've always focused on pretty sustainable clients, but I really want to take it, we really want to take it to the next level, and give branding services to all of the up and coming eco brands and the established ones, just to really take over, and then take over the airwaves. I also have a background in advertising, and so the goal is to take over the airwaves and just change the entire narrative of everything, basically, and make sort of surpass greenwashing into a way of actual different ways. It's not just designing more plastic packaging. it's designing beautiful packaging for the eco stores and the eco products, and then following that up with an entire brand campaigns and messages and all the advertising and messaging that comes out of that. So basically, our goal to keep it short and sweet is to just take over the entire visual and audible airwaves and just really, one little, each little step we take makes a huge difference. And so we're sort of, utilizing the large scale scope that we have.
Hey, amazing. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, we really want to like craft better messaging for these organizations like nonprofits and also businesses, because I feel like a big thing that we struggle with collectively is just like getting that message across. So we want to make it easier for people to share and shift and make it beautiful so that we can really make a change for, because everything is like created through the media. This is how we make our purchasing decisions. It's how we change our actions. So we really want to um, build better campaigns to inspire people to change and get people inspired to be a part of the solution. That's we don't want to be doom and gloom. We want to be like, hey, join us. Like, this is
Yes.
amazing. We are doing amazing things, and for nature, for the planet, for humanity. So thank you for listening. So I'm gonna close this. Does anyone have any comments or questions?
Having a little trouble hearing you. Just switch your
Oh, the microphone?
move the microphone a little closer.
Oh, really? Oh, I wish
There we
I
go.
should get a microphone for the computer. I think it's the old computer.
Oh.
Jess?
I just wanted to say I love this. I tell people all the time that I think the refill way of shopping needs to be the norm, not the niche. And I can't, that's sort of one of my personal and obviously professional goals, is to try to figure out how to make that happen. And I'm guessing you know or have heard of Judith Enck. Are you familiar with her?
Yes.
She might be a good resource for you. She is a former EPA director, and she's now the director of beyondplastics.org. She actually teaches a course through Bennington College out here in Vermont called Beyond Plastic Pollution. She's definitely more involved in the legislative side of things, but she is a wealth of knowledge. She has so many resources. She can just give you so much information. The class did start to feel a little doom and gloom, but she is definitely motivated to inspire people, not so much in the direction you're talking about, but how to take action, like reaching out to legislators, doing social media posts, writing letters to the editor, some of those kinds of things to spread the word. But it might be an interesting person for you to connect with, or at least just follow and see what she's doing. They actually have a Plastic Free July campaign on July 23rd. They're encouraging people to bring a week's worth, I think, of plastic waste to their local grocery store, just to show how much plastic they accumulate in a week.
Oh.
From buying stuff at the grocery store. So they have things like that going on.
That's super incredible. That's amazing. That'll be a lot.
Yeah.
Are you personally connected to her?
Well, from taking her course, I just took it this spring. So I am trying to stay connected to her. And honestly, I'll probably take the course again because, as all of you know, the information is changing all the time. But it was real eye-opening about pieces you talked about, just how, the fossil fuel and chemical industry are actually investing billions of dollars into these new chemical fracking plants to make ethane that are just, more and more toxic. So I was just actually emailing about this morning, how it's just so frustrating that money and profit is winning over health and humanity.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I have chills of just that, just the amount of dissolution and the myths that we need to shift, if you are connected, I'd love to. I don't know if you could put me in an email with her, or I'll just email her. But a direct connection would be amazing if you
I can
can
try,
try.
definitely. I mean, you know, she knows thousands of people, but I will
Yeah.
definitely initiate something for sure.
Cool. Do you know if she based in Vermont or?
She lives in upstate New York.
Okay, New York. Cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
And Justice, do her courses, can they be, are they online courses?
It's
or
all
they?
online. Anyone can take it. If you just want to audit it, it's $100. It's 7 weeks. We had people in China and Russia and all over the country taking it. It was definitely very interesting. Excuse me for a minute.
Awesome.
We're all trying to juggle, aren't we?
I know, right? There's so many things going on right now. It's a busy week. Is Thea still here, or I wonder if she could take us through the store, and then also
Here.
I want to
there
ask
she
the
is.
questions. Just kind of go around. I'm going to ask a question, and if anyone can like popcorn answer the question. Cool.
I did want to say,
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit.
ooh, Allie, music down while I do this interview with this girl. I'm going to show them the store and I'd be happy to. Thank you. So, let me turn this around. Are you guys still seeing me?
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Are you able to hear me and see?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go slow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we've got our storefront here. And we're eco now. We encourage people to be eco now, not eco later. And here we go with sorry, doing a little display today. Are you refilling?
My sister is.
Wonderful. Yeah. Awesome. So we have our weigh station here, and you can bring your containers, refill with your scale. And we've got the powdered products for laundry and dish. And then we also have drums of cleaning products, along with a bunch of other cleaning agents. We have body and skincare here. And we have people refilling and being sustainable. We do share the place with another store, a plant store. And I apologize about the music. I was hoped that we could turn it down, but it doesn't seem like that's the case right now. But anyway, so I'm going to go back into here, and I've got our storage room. This is where we do all of our back ends. And then all of our products that we refill. So these ones we try to refill and reuse as well. We do donate some of these. And then these are the drums that we send back to get refilled with the companies. Yeah, so this is our system. And then I do want to show you too, we also do gray water recycling. So we have a washer in our bathroom, and then we have a hand wash sink. So we try to reuse water as well, because we know how important it is to reduce water waste.
That's amazing.
You guys have any questions regarding the store?
Well, I love the sign on the front, the eco now, not eco later. Ooh, nice plants. When are you open? When are you open?
I'm going to try to get out of the audio a little bit. There we go. Are you guys able to hear me still?
Yes.
Yes.
Could you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So here I am. So this is Riverside location. This is the Inland Empire, and we are the first zero waste store in Inland Empire. We are open 6 days a week, and we're closed on Mondays. In Orange County, we're open 7 days a week. We have not had as much success here in the Inland Empire. I just feel like it's something that isn't in the community yet. There's not a lot of conversation going around about the sustainability and refilling, but we're hoping that it's a type of thing where when people start to wake up, we're here and we're ready for them. We've noticed that has been the situation throughout having the business. Is it's a gradual thing. People catch on and they start to have to think about it. They have to mull it over and recognize why it is important. Come back kind of situation, but yeah. Questions?
Cool. I think, were there any festivals near Riverside? I'm just wondering, like, what is the best like strategy to really like market in that area? Like, do a direct marketing.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. I think you're blocking your mic.
Oh, are you hear me? I think that it would be helpful to do more farmer markets. That has been good for us, but we do have a lot of limitations because our headquarters, I should say, is in Orange County. It's quite a distance out here. Harder we found to operate at such. So I think it'd be really important for maybe a company that's more local to this area. More support for the community would be better. Moving forward, I think that I would stay with a certain radius of my own place where I live to not take on too much as far as the responsibility to have to like get to communities, because it's a lot of work. I mean, you guys all know, and I hear it from you. What we're finding is that it's such an uphill battle, and so much work and so much time and not enough resources, unfortunately. And I'm sure you guys all feel that in many ways.
Thank you for sharing the space and the store. I love the plants behind you. It looks so green and beautiful. I'm curious to know if you could share a little bit about your expansion. Like, what was it like to? How did you open a second store and a third store? And yeah, how did you do that? What were the steps? Like, How did you decide from the first store to expand?
Yeah.
You're cutting out.
Sorry.
We can't hear you.
Are you guys able to hear?
Yes.
The internet here is always, you know, technology. But like I said, our mission is about people to be able to be, and pretty quick, just
Hear you.
We can't hear you.
sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
Maybe this would be something.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys.
That's okay. Emily, do you want to say anything?
Well, just that, so Taya started, there's a mall a very small mall called the Anti Mall in Costa Mesa. It's near South Coast Plaza, kind of near the beach in Newport Beach. And Taya started in farmers markets in Orange County. And then she moved to the mall, and she worked out of a Silver Stream, sort of a kiosk in the middle of the mall. And then she grew out of that. And then she moved into a brick and mortar in that Anti Mall, which is a super cute mall. I hate to even call it a mall, this little tiny space. And then about a few months ago, then she moved to a bigger spot in that same mall. So she's growing that way. Meantime, then she opened her shop in Anaheim, which is maybe about 2 miles from Disneyland. It's near Anaheim Ice, and has been successful there and had more space for more storage, because as you can see, there's a lot of stuff involved. There's buckets and there's containers and there's boxes, and I guess just typical retail. And then she opened up Riverside with this plant store. and they co-rent this space here, and that's working out nicely for her. And I believe her plan is to expand even further. There are more sustainability stores in Los Angeles, but not as many if you go to more southern Orange County and San Diego. There are fewer. So that might be a direction she would go. And then I was going to answer your question, Glo, about festivals near Riverside. Coachella is the closest one. It's, I don't know, like 45 minutes from she's in downtown Riverside. We're in downtown Riverside. And so it's maybe 45 minutes Coachella is. And so we'll see if that's an option. It's hard to get into Coachella. So we'll see if that works. But what's working now is establishing a presence through farmers markets, and then we also have an online shop in which people can order things online, and then we ship. And when we ship, say someone wants I don't know, a cup or two of laundry soap, then people donate community containers, like your old jars, your old whatever. They just bring them, they drop them off at the store, and then so we use those containers, and we use as much reusable shipping and packaging, and try to keep that as clean as possible, and then use that to ship. So trying to be as responsible with that process as well, and not use brand new jars and brand new plastic things and blah, 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 all that. So it's pretty exciting.
Awesome. That's amazing. I was just thinking like it would be cool to do like a pop-up in like Disneyland or something.
Oh my gosh, do you know somebody in Disneyland?
No, but I was dreaming about being in a theme park last night actually with my friends. So. But I want to create a new Disneyland. Not. Oh, she does. Thea said she does have plans to do a pop-up at Disney. That's cool. That's awesome.
Oh, well, the other one of my team members at LIB, the other girl named Emily, she works at Disneyland.
Oh, cool.
So maybe she can use her inside knowledge to slide us in.
Yeah, that would be super cool. That would be like a big thing because there's so many people that go there. So
yeah, or even outside in that plaza, that would be a dream.
Yeah, like right outside. I feel like we can put out the call to be at Coachella too. I feel like there would be like, since it just happened, we could probably make it to next year. I feel like there are connections. Everything is at our fingertips, so maybe we can see if we could go to Coachella too. But as we are going into our hour, I want to ask a couple questions. There's only like 3 of us here, and well, 4 of us, 5 of us, 5 of us. But I do want to just ask a couple questions, like bigger questions of like, what number one is like, how can we create? Does anyone have any ideas on how we could create subsidies for eco-friendly businesses? Any ideas?
Maybe we need to get Judith Thanks help with that. Since she's
Yeah, like
politician.
on like a institutional level. The only thing I have thought about and I've built a thing around is through cryptocurrency. So there's a thing called Seeds, which is a coin and a community that is on a mission to regenerate the planet, and it's called Regenerate Money. And you can create grant proposals, and I created a proposal that I haven't launched yet, but it's ready to launch. It's called Eco Rewards, and it's basically incentivizing positive action. So people would receive cryptocurrency and receive seeds, which then they can use then to buy things for doing things like bringing your own container and composting and reducing their waste. So that's the only thing that I can think about, basically on a different, alternative, on the alternative economy side. But I'd love to see, right now there's a big farm bill going out called Regenerate America, and it's a coalition of 60 organizations, including Kiss the Ground. and right now only 1% of farming subsidies go towards regenerative agriculture, and the rest go to horrible agriculture, like just like monocropping and whatever it may be. So maybe, in the future we could do something for that. I don't know on what scale or what the policies are like right now in terms of subsidies for entrepreneurs and things like that, but um, it could be interesting to look on that scale for eco businesses and see what subsidies or what coalitions could be built or formed around that too.
It makes me think about this whole expansion of an approach to festivals, and there's such a need there. Is there a coalition of groups that create these festivals? Like, is there some sort of collaborative group? Do you know?
There are smaller ones. I have been tracking for many years. Like, I've been building a database of like conscious organizations for like 5 years, and so I will ask around. I've been wanting to build some sort of network and app around that just for events in general. And so that would be a really good thing to have for sure, having a coalition for that. And in terms of that, what do you think we could do with that coalition or that group if we're all united?
Well, if we could have some sort of collective, not collective bargaining, but some sort of request, if we were to cooperate, if the different festival and event organizers were to coordinate and maybe offer funds or apply for a grant together to support more sustainable practices at those festivals, then maybe that would be a way to go too, because it's pretty expensive. Like this was a pretty expensive operation for us at LIB. We did not make any money. So some monetary motivation would be helpful, something to subsidize that. So then, but I feel like if there's some sort of collective bargaining, then that just gives more power to that effort.
Definitely.
I don't know. This is all new to me, this whole festival thing. So I don't even know how it works, but
yeah, no,
but I did meet some nice, I met some nice festival organizers, and actually I was going to try and contact them to see if they had ideas about that. If some of those people go from festival to festival and they work those festivals, so it might be a good idea to pick their brains.
Definitely. I like that we could apply for grants and get funding to create reusable systems and create these things at festivals, like collectively with with a network and with a coalition. Thanks, Thea. Oh, she's gone. Anyways, yeah.
I'll tell her. Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna stop the recording so that we can post this on the World Unity Week, and then we'll continue the conversation. I just want to thank you so much for being here and for sharing space with me and for being the solution and to continue to share the inspiration together.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.